From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, welcome into another edition of The Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV, brought to you by our good friends at the Heritage Capital Group. Of course, we're at the bar. We're at Tommy Mac's, and we're talking some parties this time around. It is this time of the season. We're talking some construction, and we're talking breast cancer awareness, which is fantastic. Let's welcome in the panel. Alessandro Apolito from Cheers 904 is back. How are you, my man?
Thanks for having me, Tom.
I know you're an attorney by day, but by night, man, you're just mixing it up and throwing some good parties. You just had a pretty good party you guys recently hosted.
That's right. We did a 6-year-old birthday party, so we do specialize in birthday parties of both children and adults.
Yeah.
Also weddings, anniversary parties.
Yeah.
Our best clients are the ones that like to party.
'Tis the season, right?
That's right.
We're coming into the holiday.
I mean, now that it's cooled off, people want to actually get outside, throw outdoor parties,
Yep.
you know, and then obviously people are already booking their Christmas and holiday parties.
Big weekend coming up with Florida, Georgia. I'm sure there's going to be a ton of parties all throughout the city.
That's right.
It's a good time.
Biggest party night.
What's your favorite kind of party? What
I
do you
would
like
say
for?
I would say weddings.
Yeah.
I mean,
Everybody's happy.
That's right. Everybody's happy. We add to the aesthetic. I mean, we're partly a decoration as well, and
Yeah.
you know, I mean, people love to have drinks at weddings.
It would be great if the joy at the wedding just stayed throughout the entire relationship. You know what I mean?
I think that's what
They're
they call
so joyful at
Right.
that day. You know,
They call that the honeymoon period,
That's
right?
right. That's right. Well, great to have you back on this show. Zane Sadi is here from Young and Associates Engineering Services. You're an expert witness. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. That's
You're our first one here on the show, man. Congratulations.
The first
Cheers
for everything.
that, Zane.
Cheers.
Good to have you. All right. So, what are you a witness in the construction world? Is that correct?
That is correct. Construction, design, sometimes it may even be premise liability, trip and fall, or even
Okay.
a building collapse.
How long you been doing that for?
Been doing this for about, I guess, 5 or 6 years. Been an engineer for pushing 2 decades, but
Okay.
been doing this specific work for about 5 years.
So, give me like a building collapse, or what are we talking about?
Yeah, building collapse, without naming exact locations.
sure.
There might have been a parking garage collapse,
Okay.
and maybe somewhere in Florida.
Yep.
And sadly, in this one instance, there was a fatality, and it was going back to see, well, was it due to the design or due to the construction means and methods? In that instance, it was the construction means and methods.
Wow, that's where your engineering background comes in handy, right? You got to figure
Correct.
all that out.
Along with my general contractor's license as well. So some of it's the design, but how do we actually build what's on the drawings? And that's
So
important.
I'm watching Suits, like I know behind the times.
I love
I'm watching
Suits. I love Suits.
Is there any are any attorneys like kind of scary? Not scare you, but you're almost like, oh man, I got to be on my toes with this.
I feel like there's always some attorneys that are, I like to say, like Johnny Cochran wannabes, but
Yeah.
they'll go off on all, were your socks red? Were your, what color shirt were you wearing? It has
Yeah.
nothing to do with the case.
Right.
They're
That's
trying to
great.
shake you, yeah.
You like partying?
I love the party.
Anyway, who doesn't know? What's your favored kind of party to go to?
Oh, it's been a while, but I used to love rooftop parties in New York.
Oh, yeah,
we
yeah,
used to have some promoter friends, and there was this one club bed. They had the Tempur-Pedic beds, and they would be like custom, like shack size. It might
Okay.
be like 20 by 20.
Wow,
Everyone's
making it
going
easy for all
wild, and
the
there's a
single
DJ.
people, huh?
Yeah, it was nice.
Okay, great to have you on the show. Tricshone Jiles is here
Yes.
from Jiles Jewelers. How are you?
I'm great.
Great
How
to
are you
have you
doing?
on the show. You're doing
Thank
some
you.
wonderful work out there, the Lord's work
Thank
with breast
you.
cancer awareness. Why don't you tell us about it?
So I'm a 2-time survivor myself, and
God
within
bless.
thank you.
Yeah.
Within my journey, I birthed Jiles Jiles. I wanted to
Okay.
give back to the community and help out warriors and survivors and their children.
Fantastic. So tell us about the jewels. Tell us about that.
So the jewel part is about our journey. As we go through our journey, we're going through the fire. We come out shining at the end.
I love
and
that.
so that's the whole premise of Jiles Jiles.
Yeah, that's a scary. Like any kind of cancer, you hear that.
Yes.
Breast cancer included. That's a scary thing to hear.
Yes.
No doubt about that. Was that how you got involved in what you're doing, based through your own experience and what you went through?
Yes, but prior to that, I spent a lot of time volunteering with the American Cancer Society,
Okay.
serving on their team development chair board, and also the co-chair of Relay for Life Northside.
Yep.
So during that time, I had a passion for giving back,
Sure.
but it wasn't until my journey that it became personal, and I felt like I needed to give back.
Yeah.
And so that was the whole purpose of
Yeah.
me getting Jiles Jiles out.
And the biggest thing is trying to get the mammograms early, right? And get 'em
Correct, early
regularly.
detection.
What? How often should a woman or anybody get a mammogram?
So it all depends. I mean,
If you have a clear one, do you wait 6 months? Do you wait a year?
Every couple of years is what is recommended. However, I was diagnosed at the age of 38 prior to the normal baseline time frame, which is 40.
Yep.
And so if you detect something, if you do your monthly check and you feel something, it's very important that you go to your doctor and get an evaluation.
Okay,
So,
great. And speaking of parties, you recently had a great event yourself,
I
didn't you?
did.
Yeah, tell us about it real quick.
So October the 7th, we hosted a Pink Out night at WJCT.
Oh, cool.
It had over 200 people there.
All right.
We had a breast cancer survivor fashion show where we highlighted every stage of breast cancer and shared journeys of survivors.
Oh, wow. That's creative and cool.
It was very educational, too.
I bet it was. Absolutely. Well, keep up the great work. It's great to have you. And all of y'all, you have a great time this season. Enjoy your parties. I know we all like to have a good time, right? No matter what we're doing. Hopefully we're celebrating tonight as the Jaguars take down the New Orleans Saints. Cheers to that. There you go. All right. We'll end it on that note. Hey, always a great time to have people come at this bar and just talk about what they're doing out there here in our community. And you're welcome to do it too. So I hope we get to see you right here at Tommy Mac. So until next time, y'all stay safe and be cool, and we'll see you right here on the Horse's Mouth. Cheers.
The team at Heritage Capital Group is special because it's a collection of people across the spectrum.
We have people who have been in the shoes of owners that are looking to buy and sell, and professionals that have executed transactions helping buy and sell companies for decades.
I think when you talk to us, see what our experience is, see what our skills are, see the reach that we have, you'll be very happy with the recommendation.